I didn't want it to, like, with us talking about such, personal topics and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I just started. But I will say that, like, for me, I I still remember when I did therapy for a period of time when I was in high school, and there was a lot of things that I learned from that I had no idea. It really did change my life in a lot of ways, made me realize some things about myself that I did not know before, that I had issues in certain
yeah.
areas. But one thing that, again, kind of goes to the sort of like stereotypes and whatnot of issues is that I didn't realize that I regularly had panic attacks, because a lot of times, like, when like anxiety or panic attacks are showed, like, in TV shows and movies and all that, it's always shown in one particular way of, like, oh, I can't breathe, and, like, falling to the ground and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't get really those, though I mean, I have had those in the past, but it's, like, a very rare thing. For me, it's more like I'll just randomly, like, burst into tears and start crying for no reason. And, like, I won't even know why I'm crying. I'll just be crying. And I told, like, my therapist about it, and she's like, oh, that's a type of panic attack. And I had no idea that I was regularly having panic attacks growing up. Until that.
Totally the damage that being shown this stuff on TV and whatever can do, because you're only really shown one way.
Yeah.
Like with autism representation, you are shown the Rain Man, you are shown Sheldon Cooper, you are shown the awful Sia movie.
Yeah.
Then you do have some positive representation, like what's that Korean show that I really liked? I can't remember the name now, but that was one I did really like because it actually showed proper representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get shown panic attacks and ADHD and whatever else, or depression in certain forms, but like I said, spectrum. It's different in everybody because everybody's different.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah, I guess
I feel like I say that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like the main problem with all of this is that a lot of, like, it wouldn't be a problem if it were, because of course you can't, like, show everyone's experiences. Like, everybody's unique individuals, and thus we all have, like, different experiences with those things. But at least if it was more varied in some ways, then people would know, I guess, that it can be different depending on the person. And so then people would know to look for not just one way of, like, looking at any of these issues, but that,
yeah, you finish.
Well, I was just like, yeah, I don't know where I was going with it, but kind of that thing.
Like, you have the boomers that are like, oh, people are self-diagnosing and whatever, everybody has ADHD and whatever these days, but it's it's more that people can look at the internet, look at TikTok and whatever, and be like, oh, I feel like that sometimes. Maybe it could be this,
Yeah.
It is, we have more technology than ever, and people being able to connect, whether it is really bad, but it can be really, really good for people that can accept themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because now people have, like, the ability to, like, look up and find out information and actually, like, go, oh, that's what I've been feeling this whole time. But also it's another thing about, like having the terminology for a lot of these things. And also it being more socially acceptable to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And so when you combine all this together, of course, more people are going to let people know that, hey, now I have this, or being formally diagnosed, or things like that. Not because it's any different from the past. Like, if people could, learn about these things and be diagnosed on these things back then, we would probably see a lot of the same figures, but it's just that the social climate around it has changed a lot in recent years. So a lot more people are able to connect with that.
Yeah, people are able to discuss it, and they're also able to see multiple different types of people in different walks of life, whether they are white, etc., gay, bi, pan, etc., that all, like, could or do have autism, ADHD, DID, etc., and being able to be like, this could be me, because this feels familiar to me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's that exact thing, but I'm going to go do some research and try to figure myself out, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, hi, Bajorn. Welcome to the stream. I love
you. we seem to use these streams to have really deep philosophical talk.
Yeah.
We probably should get back to a podcast.
Yeah, we need to bring back the podcast. One day, hopefully. But yeah, that does remind me that I should probably start the game. It's been like an hour. I know. Yeah. I don't want to quit.
Anya's like, okay, we've had enough staring at the screen. It's time to close the game now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we started a new chapter, I think, this last time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we started a new time slot.
Yeah.
And the last time, like, as the ending said, we have the ending where Kame gets run into by, I think it's Minoru or something, and ends up dropping... No, who gets run into? I think the boss gets run into. No, it's Tama that does, and she finds that all the boxes have been knocked over because of Hitomi and what's his name? Because they went past
Achi.
And tried to climb their boxes, I think.
It was because Achi threw the boxes at the guy to stall him. And I also remember, another thing I remember about last time is that I was like, okay, let's start with Kano. He's basically the pro tag. And then within like 5 minutes, both him and the new guy straight up died. And the game was like, game over. And I was like, what? There wasn't even a choice before the game over.
and we had multiple times getting chased
Yeah.
and some revelations and whatever, which, God, we keep having huge gaps between playing,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
I mean, hopefully, for a few weeks we'll be just doing this. I think the next time I might not be able to do it is the week that Azure is visiting.
yeah.
Like he was saying, like, I don't want to, stop you from having your streams. So he was aiming to just hang out like on the days without the streams. But I was like, I don't know, like, you came all the way over here.
Bro, you could take part.
Yeah, you could come over and join the stream
Yes!
in real life.
If you
yeah.
want to.
Heck yeah.
You don't have to be on screen.
Yeah.
You could be off to the side.
Yeah. Or I could just
you don't have
it.
to be on camera.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Or I could just, like, not have camera those days.
Yeah. But if he doesn't want to join, that's totally fine too.
Yeah. So anyways,
bottles of burning hammer litter the pavement, shattered into tiny bits of glass.
Oh yeah, I forgot
glass,
that you're
glass.
you're the narrator for the Tama parts.
Yeah. Even if the recycling guy was really careless with the boxes, it shouldn't have caused this much of a mess.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me, like, speaking of narrator stuff, I know we just started, but I need to say this because this popped into my head. But when I was in high school, for English class, we would sometimes read, like, plays and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, every person would get assigned a role. And the role I always tried to get was narrator, because then I could, like, have a lot of speaking role, because I would just narrate, like, all the extra stuff. And so I would get to read stuff every single time, and I loved reading aloud in class. So I was always trying to go for that role. I would be like, I'll be the narrator.
So streaming was made for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It looks like someone came along and actually threw them all over the place.
Yep, it was Achi. Poor, poor Tama.
Yep. The heck with this thing. I toss away the miracle stone, which has clearly brought me only bad luck. We can't have a product demo without a product. Which in turn means I won't be getting paid for this whole fiasco. And almost dying in a cat suit. Okay,
Yeah.
we can do this. If we can figure something out... I try to give myself a pep talk, but I hear the doubt in my own voice. I try to brainstorm anyway. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I rack my mind for the best course of action. At long last, I arrive at a conclusion.
We could find something else to sell.
At the end of the day, it's your choice.
Yeah.
Because I've already played the game.
Yeah.
I'll just have to find something else to sell. But what could that something be?
I love how expressive they made Tama.
Yeah. I try to think. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. You've already said that.
Yep.
I rack my brain, searching desperately for a solution. Rihanna Gotchis? Nah, not exactly a must-have product. Not these days, anyway.
Yeah.
And even if we could sell a few, I don't know what that'd say about the fakes carrying them around. You mean?
Yeah.
Best for the whole world if we keep them off the streets. It's not like it's drugs. Let's see, what else? Aha! I've got it. I pick up the miracle stone I just tossed away, clutching it firmly in my mitt, in my paw. I tilt my gaze towards the heavens and make a wish. Please, grant me your miracle.
Whoa.
And my wish is granted.
What? I like one, please. I'll take 10.
Mr. Yanagashida can barely keep up the demand as the crowd clamors for their miracle stones. Everyone's smiling and laughing, their bodies enthusiastically swaying to and fro.
You are happy, and you are happy, and you are all very, very happy. I don't know who's saying that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know if it's Yanagashida or
it's Tama.
B.
Yeah, it's Tama.
Yeah. You are happy and you are happy. You're all very, very happy. Standing on stage, I hold up my miracle stone, swinging it like a pendulum as I recite my magic little chant.
This is great.
Yep, now we have a cult.
This is great. Zuto! Zuto! Hi, Azure. Welcome to the stream, Azure. I love ya.
Hi, Azure. I love you the most.
Azure said we gotta do this exact pose when I visit.
Yeah.
Zuto!
Zuto!
This is amazing. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a bad ending, but this is a great bad ending.
Yeah, all the bad things are great. Zuto! I am Miracle Stone!
Stone! Ooh, stone! Stone!
Oh my god, they really are zombies. The room vibrates with cheering and rumbles with applause.
And know you, Azure. Know you.
Zuto! I love you the most. It really is like a miracle. I think I've actually turned this disaster around. Whoever smashed all the burning hammer, I don't know who you are or where you are, but thank you. And you're a piece of shit. I realise now that I'm crying tears of joy. I'm still stuck in the suit though.
Man.
I've never felt satisfaction like I feel right now, seeing all these blissful customers purchasing one miracle stone after another. Feels like nothing could possibly go wrong. Honestly, I'm just grateful to God that I get to be here right now. I have the utmost conviction that this is where my life truly begins. It's not long after the epic sales event that I'm hired on by Yamato Health Foods Co. Limited. Pretty soon after that, I'm on a plane bound for South America. Wrong one. I'm on a business trip to purchase our next product. Amazonian Miracle Mud. Yeah,
And she's
because we're
still
meant to
stuck in
get
that
her.
suit.
Yeah, because we're meant to get her out the suit. So
Yeah. Tama prospers in her new life as an employee of Yamato Health Foods. This is but one possible future for her, and hey, maybe it's even a pretty decent one. Still, wouldn't you like to see what happens if she sticks to Burning Hammer? Amazing. But yeah, I would feel like it's better if we could somehow get her out of that suit.
yeah. I mean, we know she's alive, so.
Yeah.
Hi, Rolf.
Hi, Rolf. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love ya.
Somehow or another, I'm gonna sell some Burning Hammer. The flyers have already been handed out. People have come to the demo expecting to get Burning Hammer. I may have to put it in some new bottles. I'll possibly water it down some. But getting this stuff sold is my only option. My eyes alight on one of the cardboard boxes, and I notice an odd mark that's stamped on it. What, the sexy ladies?
Yeah, what?
Wait a sec. I've seen this before. Recall something cheery you said earlier.
I forgot what voice I gave her.
Like, kind of high-pitched but lazy.
This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100 yen shops or something.
Think more country. Like, because she's a country bumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
The marker on the box is the same one I saw at the shop that's selling the necklace. That's it! I can see if there's more at the knick-knack shop. Yeah, there's lower boxes on the shelf.
Yep.
Guys, by this rave hope, I head for the knick-knack shop as soon as I can run.
A glimmer, a sliver, the ever-dwindling light in the distance. Point is, there's not much.
Oh,
we bumped
right,
into
Cherry.
Cheery, yeah.
As soon as I reach the main road, I crash right into someone. It's Cheery.
Oh, I do declare. Oh, hey, you found it.
She makes it sound like it's not really her problem. Not yet, but I think we can stock up at the 100 yen shop. The words are hard to get out when I'm panting as hard as I am, and I'm in a cat suit.
Yeah.
For now, just stay calm and go let the boss know.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Cheery nods and breaks back into a run. I always like seeing the people in the background, because you never know if those people actually knew they were being recorded.
Yeah, they probably didn't. We're like, what the heck?
Like, oh, a camera.
Yeah.
Because she definitely wasn't there in the original shot.
Yeah,
she was edited there.
Yep. Also, as Azure said, thank you, Azure, for the I do declare, because that helps me get into the role better. I do be declaring.
I do declare. I'm practically praying as I rush into the knick-knack shop, where I immediately spot the cardboard boxes I saw earlier. They were stacked up. Well, nobody else is going to be buying it.
Yeah.
Yes, I dive into one of the boxes to see what's inside. Like, Yamagishi scammed into buying these bottles in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I do declare all night, baby.
Oh no!
Packed with tiny bottles. There's no mistaking the noxious red liquid inside. That's burning hammer, alright.
That's crazy.
There's 50 bottles per box. There are 4 boxes total. How much that make? Assuming each bottle is 100 yen, including tax, I can buy the whole lot with the 2,000 I've got in my wallet. Mr. Yanagashida said he was selling the bottles at the demo for 15,000 yen a piece. How on earth is he gonna get people to pay those?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, burning hammer is a wrestling move. That way, if we sell all 200 bottles, he'll be able to pay back his debts, no problem. I'm not
Whoa,
sure who
what's the
this is.
deal with you?
The sales clerk eyes go wide when he sees my getup. Mister, I'd like your entire stock. I point at the burning hammer, and the clerk makes an awkward face.
I'm afraid that's already been sold.
What? You mean like all of it?
What's the deal with airline food? What's the deal with airline food?
Mind, I would possibly want all of this.
Yes, all of it, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm not gonna roll over that easily. Whether I earn that extra 20,000 or not hinges on whether I can get this stuff. Please, you've got to help me out.
I'm afraid it's out of my hands.
Then could you get in touch with the buyer? Tell them I'm willing to negotiate.
I suppose that would be an issue. Actually, would you mind waiting for just a moment? She said she'd be by ASAP.
Minutes away, the buyer still hasn't shown up. I don't think she's coming.
That's odd. She said on the phone she'd come by just after 1 o'clock to pick them up.
I really need this right away.
I understand that, but
Please.
it's out of my hands.
By now, the sales demo has already started. If I come back empty-handed, what's the point of all this effort? Gimme.
I already said I can't do that.
Gimme!
Would you please wait a moment?
Gimme it! Gimme! Grr, why did I spend all that time trying to hand out samples? Why did I put this stupid costume on? Why did I miss out on lunch? Why? What? What am I? What am Look over there! It's the chupacabra! What am I fighting for?
What?
Yoink! Seizing the moment, I snatch up Lux's burning hammer and make a run for it. Oh my wamo, Shindaru.
Hey, hold it right there, miss.
A sales clerk is quick to bar my path. Say the line, Anya. Oof. I barrel my way right past him. I bump him harder than intended. As I race by, he loses his balance and goes crashing into the display case at the front of his shop. Guess Anya's a fake weeb.
Omae wa shinderu.
Nani? At the same time, I hear something else topple over with a thud and a gurgle.
Oh no!
Set it on fire! Set it on fire! Set it on fire! Some sort of liquid begins to gush from a red polyethylene container.
Uh-oh.
The sales clerk's eyes go wide, his stare fixed on something on the sidewalk nearby. It's a cigarette? Nani?
It's as Achi said.
This
The
is where you
lettering.
need to clean.
Yeah.
The burning butt ignites the liquid in a sudden, massive blaze. That's you.
And now for today's news. Shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon, there was an explosion at a variety store in Udagawa-cho in Shibuya, the cause of which remains unknown. Eyewitnesses report seeing an individual wearing a full-body cat costume fleeing the scene in the aftermath of the explosion. Police consider this individual a person of interest and have not ruled out the possibility that this bombing was a terrorist attack. Several hours after the incident, the cat remains at large. Amazing.
So, we've got to prevent that cigarette butt from being there, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't mean to. I didn't get to see the hint.
It's okay. You can do it at the bad end. You can do it at the endings choice.
Where is that again?
I think you have to. I think you have to go back. Well, you can always press controls, I guess. It might be the main menu. Just keep going back, I guess.
That's fine. We'll make our way around. It's fine. So now we have 3 people stuck on dead ends right now.
Yep.
Osawa and Minorikawa, it's all up to you two.
I don't deserve to be forgiven what I've done. We may have done the same thing, but my motives, those were different. So I don't regret what I did. And yet, If someone were to ask if there was some small part of me that wanted to see the results of my research, I could not deny it.
Was
Osawa grabbed his shoes from the entryway, then headed for the back door. He didn't want the detectives in his living room to know he was going to meet with Makino. That pest Kajiwara was nowhere in sight. Now was his chance to slip away. I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah.
yeah.
That's you.
I don't remember the voice I gave him either. Gotcha.
It was kind of... It was kind of like a jester kind of creepy voice.
Gotcha.
Speak of the devil, Kajiwara had snuck up behind him.
Are you going out?
Ah. No, I was just... Osawa felt something inside his shoe. Glancing down, he saw a rubber duck stuffed inside it. Is this your doing?
I laid a booby trap, or rather a ducky trap. Originally a type of lethal trap used during wartime to catch clumsy or unwary soldiers, boobies. In modern
Well, that's
parlance...
still normal. That's still a trap used.
Yeah.
Boobies.
Yeah, boobies. In modern parlance, though, the term frequently signifies a harmless prank, such as setting a blackboard eraser atop a classroom door so that it falls onto the head of whoever opens the door.
Imagine why being self-satisfaction. You know, you act like a grade schooler.
Indeed, sir. I am a grown man with a youthful heart.
Leave it to Kajiwara to yet again miss the point entirely. Sounds familiar. With a sigh, Osawa tossed the duck at him.
I feel like Kajiwara seems to be like
The
like
people Angel are interested in.
no, yeah, definitely that, but also kind of like Columbo from like
Yeah.
because he seems, I feel like he acts like, you know, he's kind of airheaded and whatnot, but in reality, like it very much seems like everything he does is done with a purpose.
Yeah, he acts like a clown to get people around and to underestimate him.
Yeah, yep.
With a sigh, Osawa tossed the duck at him. Kajiwara caught it nimbly in one hand and stuffed it right into his pocket.
Yeah, like stuff like that just makes me think, yeah,
Yeah.
he's better than he seems.
Mm-hmm. Well, he wouldn't have got to the status he got to, like being here and protecting a like such a top secret mission if he wasn't competent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And like the fact that he was even able to guess that he would probably try and leave and to leave the duck there to signify if he was gonna try and leave or not and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you that you aren't allowed to leave, sir. All I ask is that you tell me where you've been and where you plan on going.
My work is highly confidential. I'm not at liberty to discuss just anything about.
Please try to work with me on this, sir.
He leaned in uncomfortably close.
Do you recall what I said
Yeah,
before?
close enough you could see all his pores.
Yeah, I don't like that. About how I'd appreciate if you
Mm.
didn't keep secrets from me?
Osawa hesitated, inwardly debating how much he should share.
Oh. 3 choices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell him.
That is to tell the truth. Alright, I'll tell you. Just leave me in peace. One of my colleagues is waiting for me outside. Oh god.
Yeah, that's a scary picture. Who is it?
I'm sorry, that's all I can say. Oh.
Could you tell me a bit about what you'll be discussing? That's the face Anya will make when she traps
Yeah,
Akechi in the
well,
basement.
I mean, Kajiwara leaned in even closer. His eyes twinkled with suspicion. I can't share corporate secrets, Detective. Like how you don't tell me anything about the state of your investigation. It goes both ways. It might have been childish reasoning, but it worked in Kajiwara. Well, yeah, that's logical.
Yeah. All right. In that case, I just have one condition. Please take this with you.
He produced something that looked like a small transceiver from inside his coat. What's this? It's been up my ass.
It's a bug tracker, sir. It'll beep in response to a nearby listening device.
I'm just going to meet someone from work. I don't need this. You kind of do. It's all top secret shit, you dumb shit.
Yeah.
He pushed Kajiwara's hand aside and the bug tracker fell to the floor.
Mr. Osawa, you mustn't underestimate the lengths to which these kidnappers might go.
Once the detective's face was all serious. Alright, fine. Osawa snatched up the device and headed out the door. Yeah, for all he claims that the detective, it's like not taking all this very seriously, like Osawa isn't either.
Yeah.
Like, this is all top secret government shit. You really think they're not going to bug you or whatever? Like, come on. You're way too trusting if you think that.
Yeah. Makino.
Makino's car was parked out front. A driver stood alongside it. Asara exchanged a wordless greeting with him, then got into the back. He found Makino's reclining in one of the luxurious leather seats.
I guess I'll voice act him. Now then,
Mm-hmm.
what did you want to ask me about?
Lighting a cigar, he glanced sidelong at Osawa. I was hoping you could explain the situation to me, sir.
Which situation would that be?
So he's still going to beat around the bush even now. Osawa suppressed an urge to shout at him. Are you the one who let the antiviral out of the lab, sir?
Yes, that was me.
Dun dun dun. Makino didn't bat an eyelid. So why had he been so coy a few months earlier? But how? The fingerprint authentication system is almost unbreakable. Getting access to the storage area would. He trailed off as a thought suddenly occurred to him. It was not strictly true that fingerprint authentication is the only means of entry. Yeah, exactly. Like I mentioned in an earlier stream, is that he's definitely the sort of guy that only focuses on his work and then everything else comes secondary. Anything else is somebody else's job and he trusts them to do it. So when he gets betrayed, his viewpoint just explodes
Yeah.
because he trusted these people to do this stuff. Asara
Jeez.
and Tanaka had both set up passwords as a failsafe in case an injured fingertip somehow prevented them from operating the scanner properly.
Cheeks 300, heck yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think
Now
it's.
back that up with some actual bits, Azure.
I think it's also that he very much seems like the type who um like hyper fixates on things. And so that
hmm
like he gets stuck in like loops and stuff because of that, like mental loops. And so that
hmm
makes it so that he struggles to like see other perspectives or other things that are going on. And so that's why they blindside
hmm
him.
Yeah.
Oh no,
But these
Lulu.
passwords were 10-character alphanumeric strings. No one could just haphazardly fumble their way in. Could Makino have sent a request to the electronic locks manufacturer and asked them to unlock it then? No. That required the approval of 6 board members. And Asaro was one of those 6 people. There really seemed to be no way of getting in without leaving any trace. The thing is that yeah, like you said, he definitely um is hyper focused on the stuff that's immediately around him. Like he can't see why someone would try to get in and do something else with his research and what's supposed to be done with it. And also, he literally can't see right now that a good way to do a fingerprint lock is to use like certain things to get a copy of the fingerprints that would have been put onto it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's unable to get out of his like mental loop of it has to be done this way. When there are other options available. But he gets like really focused on that one way it's supposed to go. Like setting up rules in his head when those rules don't necessarily exist. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right, of course. I couldn't gain access to the lab without you and Tanaka, but I didn't have to.
He ex- exhaled a large beam of smoke.
You remember when we released the samples for animal testing?
No, it couldn't be.
But it
Azella
could.
broke out in a sweat.
I had them divert some of the samples intended for animal testing. Naturally, that didn't leave any record of anything being taken from the lab.
Azella bit his lip hard.
Aw, thank you for the hugs, Azure. Big hugs to you too.
He couldn't help but feel betrayed by his company. But why?
But why? I'll kill you. What kind of man is he? I can't hear but why and not think of that clip.
But Makino let out a nasal warning chuckle.
You don't seem to grasp just how valuable this thing really is.
What do you mean by that, sir? Makino lowered his voice.
There's a major world power out there that has already weaponized the UA virus. I don't know if it's UA or UA or
I
something
just say
else.
it is Yua.
Yeah.
But also, like, you made him sound very loud for someone who said quite.
Yeah. He whispered,
For a
"Hello."
moment, hello there. For a moment, Osawa thought this was just a sick joke, but the look in Makino's face put him quiet.
But it's like the whole Dumbledore thing. Like he asked Harry quietly, and in the film, did you put the Goblet of Fire? I've been informed that it was recently used on a military installation in the Middle East. Within 12 hours of dispersal, there were at least 800 casualties. If you include civilians, the number jumps to over 2,000. Any evidence of the disease agent and the bomb that delivered it has, of course, been covered up. Yep, your virus testing has become a biological weapon. Ayo.
There is a very freak thing that is said, like, the smartest people can be really dumb.
Yeah, well,
because they end up being naive about within hours, but what they are interested in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, I feel like there's different types of intelligence, you know? Like, you can be smart.
Yeah.
Everybody is smart. Well, not everybody, I guess. But most people are smart in some ways and dumb in others. Like, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. And so, like, he's really smart in some ways, but he also is dumb in others. And that's kind of the case for all of us.
Yep.
Including myself. Ayo.
And me.
Big hugs. I feel like what I also like about this game is that it's not just like here's different individuals and how their stories collide, but it's like each person is basically in a different genre. Like, everybody is, like, their story is taking place in an entirely different, like, literary genre from everybody else. And it's not even just reflected in, like, the story and writing, but also in, the types of images that are used and the music that is used and, like, the lighting and whatnot. Like, the same scene can be shown in, like, both storylines, and it'll look completely different because we're seeing it from that other character's perspective. Like, Osawa is right now in like some science fiction conspiracy story and dealing with depression and all this other stuff, and so it's all like the music is very dark and foreboding. The camera shots are all like also dark and foreboding, but then you switch to like Tama, who's like in some like comedic storyline, and it's like completely different lighting in the photos and writing and all that stuff. Or like Kano, who's like living in a like police procedural, versus Achi, who is in like one of those shonen animes. And like they're all like kind of going through their own things, and it's kind of interesting to jump from story to story, because even though it's all happening at the same time, you get like these very different perspectives, which I think is cool.
Osawa listened in amazement. He's outraged that any government would commit such an atrocity, not quite suppressing his excitement at discovering the virus could be propagated by explosive means. He felt a flush of guilt at his own fascination.
The antiviral you created, Osawa, has the potential to render this weapon useless. Right now, Okoshi Pharmaceutical possesses the sole means to combat UA.
Makino's lips curled into a boastful grin.
Any number of countries would love to get their hands on it. The major power in question has offered an unprecedented sum. And that's hardly a surprise. Having a monopoly on the antiviral makes the weapon itself that much more valuable.
To Osawa, this was a glimpse into another terrifying world, one he had barely imagined previously. Yeah, there we go. And so you wanted to get human testing over with as soon as possible. Is that it? I can't tell if his eyes are pointing like different ways or...
Oh yeah, I see. It's kind of weird in this photo.
Yeah.
I explained full well to the locals what the risk of experimentation were, and they were paid in accordance with said risks. They willingly consented to infection with the UO virus. Lulu.
History. Nothing more. You use money to deceive a bunch of farmers.
Come on, Osawa. Who's being disingenuous now? Oh, I didn't know it was gonna...
Makino,
I didn't know it was gonna skip to the next thing. And I know you, Osawa, and I know you're not really concerned for some bunch of hick farmers. All you care about is your research. The thing that's really nagging you right now is that someone went ahead and did the final clinicals without you.
Oh, spare me the ridicule, sir. As a virologist, I have a moral duty to...
To what? Go to the media with this? Do you have any idea how much money the company has thrown at your lab to keep it up and running? Osawa's lab has incurred expenses of roughly 30 billion yen in developing the antiviral medication. Okoshi and Pharmaceuticals spends approximately 200 billion yen per year on research and development. Osawa's work is the single most costly element of that budget.
Osawa gaped. I do appreciate all the company has done for me, sir. Spoke so quietly that his voice was nearly inaudible.
In any event, now that you know about the human testing, I can't let you go to America.
Oh, how do you know about that? He'd insisted that I keep his planned relocation a secret, but apparently she told her father regardless.
If you insist on making the move anyway, I'll use any means necessary to stop you.
Makino regarded Osawa with a bloodshot gaze. Any means necessary? Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. Sir, you don't mean that my daughter's kidnapping was...
Don't be ridiculous.
Kano said before Osawa could finish.
Of course that wasn't me.
Nevertheless,
Nevertheless, I'll do what I must to keep you in line. Remember that.
Understood, sir. I'll turn down the US job offer. Osawa heard his own voice like the thin drone, tiny insect. He felt utterly powerless.
I can't simply take your word on that. Do it now. I want to hear you do it myself.
He jutted his jaw towards the phone in the backseat console.
No, I don't think we could wait. He'll probably kill us.
Alright. He had no choice but to fall in line. Be around 10 p.m. local time for the American firm.
Hi, Barry. I love ya. Welcome to the stream, Barry. How's it going? And yep, we're nerds.
Eesh. He decided to call his contact's personal phone. The headhunter was shocked to hear that Osawa wanted to decline the position. When he pressed for the reasons behind this decision, Osawa hung up. Visibly relieved, Makano lit up a fresh cigar.
Sir,
There's one thing I don't understand.
What's that?
Osawa's head was feeling fuzzy. The smoke inside the vehicle had gotten extremely thick. If someone has this top secret information, why won't they threaten the company as a whole? Why send those emails to me, personally?
I'm not sure. There's an internal investigation already underway. We'll find the source of the leak soon enough.
At this point though, Osawa wasn't sure knowing who originally leaked the info mattered much at all to him.
9% love, no! Oof.
If you'll beg my pardon then, sir.
10%! As you're trying again and it still failed. Oof. Whoa! And 92% love between Barry and Lulu. Let's go.
He put his hand on the door handle. A sudden high-pitched chirp sounded from his pocket. The bug tracker Kajiwara had given him had picked up a signal.
Oh, snap. Is that your cell?
Oh, yes. That's mine. He hurriedly hopped out of the car and reached into his pocket. Is everything alright, sir? Oh, wait.
That was the, person. Is everything alright, sir?
The driver was still waiting outside the car. He leaned towards Osawa, looking concerned. Was it you? Osawa stepped close to the driver. Did you send me those emails?
What are you talking about, sir?
Don't play dumb with me. You're the only one who could have planted a listening device in a company car.
Link is low on hearts. Listening device?
The driver raised an eyebrow in confusion. What are you after?
Sir,
what's in the box?
What's in the box? Sir, what are you talking about?
Who told you to do it? Tell me! Where's Rachel? The driver fled back into the car. Isawa clutched the bug tracker hard as he watched the vehicle pull away. He went back to his house, still gripped by confusion to find Ai waiting in the entryway. She must have gotten home while he was out.
You were with my father, weren't
yep,
you?
there you go.
I remembered her voice.
She sneered at Osawa as he slipped off his shoes. Yes, I was. And it's over.
What's over?
She knows damn well what. He struggled to contain his irritation. America, I'm not going.
Oh, really? Well, that is good news.
She sounded sincerely pleased, maybe a little more pleased than Osawa cared for. I need to go finish up some work things. He hurried to his study up on the second floor. He threw himself down in front of his computer. There hadn't been any progress in the investigation, as usual. Just how long was this all going to go on for? Were all kidnapping cases this drawn out?
A specialized victim support team belonging to the Special Criminal Investigation Unit has been deployed at Osawa's house. The members of this team are all specialists who have received training in such skills as negotiation, high-speed motorcycle and automobile driving, running phone traces, special communications, and phone records acquisition. I love the squished emote, Azure. That's great.
Star Wars was growing more and more uneasy. He could barely contain himself at this point. Wasn't there anything that he could do? He glanced over at his monitor. That's an idea. He could look up kidnapping investigations on the internet. That might give him some insight into the current situation. Kidnapping, police investigations, hostages. He typed the 3 keywords into the search field. The engine pulled up over 100,000 hits. He scanned the beginning of the list for anything that might be useful. One of the site links caught his eye. How would the police do it?
Oh no, Asher.
It looked like a page containing information of various types of police cases. He clicked on the link for kidnapping cases and began to read. Even if the hostage wound up safe in the end, the site informed him the police lost face if the culprit got away. And if the hostages were killed and the kidnapper evaded capture, the media would have a field day. This made apprehending the suspect an absolute necessity. Even if a person's life was on the line, when it came to a kidnapping case, the police prioritized making the arrest. Yup. Taking his hand off the mouse, Osawa sat back and thought. He wasn't going to be able to relax until he heard Maria's voice again. But if the police prioritized arresting the suspect, why were they just letting things stay in limbo now? Didn't they have the crooks under surveillance? He couldn't wrap his head around that. And there's the naivety again.
Yeah.
Unit hadn't been able to give him the info he'd hoped for after all. Unable to do anything for Maria. But wait, he turned his thoughts to how his opportunity transfer to the US had passed him by. The research facilities in America would have been top tier. Some part of him still couldn't quite accept what had happened. He stole a quick look back at the door, then surfed to the Ayakamiki fan community, the people 40 and over. Whenever something was weighing on his mind, posting to these forums, he turned his mood back around. He knew that now wasn't really the time to be doing this, but he needed to do something to calm and quiet his mind. He started a new forum topic. In the title field, he wrote Ayakamiki expanding into the US. With Ayakamiki still at the height of her popularity, does anyone else think it would be exciting if she ventured into the American market. Star Wars.
Yeah.
I know I would. She's not the sort of artist who deserves to be confined to Japan. She should be recording at an American studio staffed by the industry's best. I'd love to see her career really take off over there. Like I told you, Ike Miki's a real artist, and
Yeah.
she's still mainly based in Japan, but I think that's by choice.
Yeah.
He wound up getting into a little back and forth with himself. Hopefully he'll get a response from someone else soon. A sudden shrill noise startled him so much that he cried out. His heart fluttered like that of a young child who'd been caught in some prank. Realizing the sound was coming from the book tracker, he pulled it from his pocket and took a few breaths to steady himself. Evidently, someone had bugged his study as well. Tracker in hand, he walked towards the center of the room. What direction was the signal coming from? Oh, I forgot how bad this is from my misophonia.
Yeah.
He tried heading over towards the window. Just gonna mute the stream. There we go.
Yeah, no problem.
Here, maybe. Next, he headed over to his desk. Here, too. Yeah, I've muted the stream. Let me know when it changes.
Yeah, I'll let you know when the heartbeat stops.
Yeah. The book tracker was picking up signals from all over the room. Had there been that many listening devices planted in here? How do you think people know so much about this whole thing?
Yeah. Mr. Osawa, it's Kajiwara.
You sound like a parrot now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, perfect timing. Mr. Osawa, nin. Osawa hurried to let the detective into the study. The book tracker's picking up signals.
Oh?
Yes, from all over the room. What should I do?
Mr. Osawa, please calm down.
As if that's even possible right now. It feels like there must be 10... No, maybe 100 listening devices in here. Kajiwara didn't miss a beat.
Let me be honest with you. That bug tracker is broken.
Yep. What? Osawa was dumbfounded. Broken, but this is the one I got from you, right?
Well, yes, but mine isn't detecting anything.
Kajiwara produced an identical bug tracker from his pocket. And as he'd said, it wasn't getting any signal.
As I recall, Mr. Osawa, that one was dropped on the floor when I was trying to hand it to you.
Ah, yes, that's right.
That must have been when it broke, sir.
The strength ebbed from Osawa's body. He didn't even have the mental energy to be angry anymore. I feel that. He gave the tracker a whack with the palm of his hand and the beeping stopped. Oof. Is this so? Right. What can I do for you? Kajiwara clapped his hands together as if he'd just remembered something.
Ah, right. We have a big problem.
The toilet again?
No, it's not that. It's something worse.
Kajiwara's face turned grim. Something worse?
Gonna go with this. Did something happen to Maria? Maria.
Something happened to Maria? Had something happened to Maria? He needed to hear the detective out. What is it? Go on, tell me. He did his best to remain composed. Where is she? Where's Maria?
Maria. Well, you see, we ordered lunches for everyone and it looks like there were 2 still left over, so I wound up eating them.
There was an awkward pause. Osawa didn't have the foggiest idea of how to respond.
My deepest apologies, sir. I ate the lunches intended for you and your wife.
Hachiwara bowed profusely.
And I really do need to apologize. They were tonkatsu bento boxes, and they were delicious. The meat was so tender, and the batter so crisp. With each and every bite, the rich flavor just filled my mouth more and more.
Osawa felt a blood vessel burst in his skull. Listen, you. Get your goddamn act together, or... He didn't get to finish that thought. Pathetic little gurgle sounded from his stomach.
Ah, see? You are hungry.
He fussed sheepishly with his hair. At the talk of food, Osawa realized abruptly that he hadn't eaten anything since the night before.
Shall I make something for you? This is all my fault after all.
You can cook? Osawa wasn't sure how thrilled he was with the idea of Kajiwara helping him.
You mustn't judge people based on outward appearances, Mr. Osawa.
Alright, fine. Go ahead then. His newfound hunger was making it hard for him to think. It would certainly behoove him to eat something. He led Kajiwara to the kitchen. What's with that getup?
Wearing an apron in the kitchen is a must, sir. The cartoon character printed on the apron Kajiwara is wearing is one of his own design. It is modeled after the MPD's mascot. His name is Pinkpo-kun.
Yeah.
Alas, it isn't while I'm naked.
Naked?
Oh, are you not familiar with the concept of the naked apron? The state of being entirely naked save for an apron, a form of cosplay. The views from the front, rear, and sides all often assert an appeal, but caution must be advised, as it may be difficult to stop arguing about which presents the loveliest sight once the topic is raised. There are similar, more sexualized naked styles as well, such as the naked sock, the naked shoe, naked necktie, naked ribbon, naked scarf, naked collar, and so forth.
Yeah.
I could demonstrate if you'd like.
No, that's quite alright. Where'd you get that apron anyway?
It's mine, sir.
Have you had it with you this whole time?
Yes, in here.
With a smile, Kajiwara pointed to his pocket, which is a TARDIS apparently.
Yeah.
Of course, Osawa eased himself into a chair. His hunger was making him feel weak, and Kajiwara was making him feel like he was losing his mind.
Oh, this is bad. I need to whip something up for you fast. Something's definitely wrong if you don't even have a comeback.
Yep. Osawa felt his anxiety mounting. Just what sort of food was this insufferable oaf going to make anyway? Probably nothing worth eating was his bet.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it up to him. He can make us lunch. Make us food.
For now, we just have to pray he wound up with something edible. Kajiwara peered into the refrigerator. See, the shots they take is just... Mwah.
Yeah, that's so good. That's such a good shot. Goodness, you are remarkably understocked. Let's see, could you please put these in the dinger, Mr. Osawa? Name for the sound... Dinger, okay. Name for the sound a microwave oven makes when it has finished heating your food. The microwave at my house doesn't really go ding when the timer reaches 0, though. It's more just a beep, but it doesn't make sense to call microwave a beeper when that's already a word that refers to something else.
Yeah.
I've never heard it called a dinger.
Painter.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. The detective handed Osawa some frozen lumps of rice.
As you said, that's also how I look when I open the fridge.
The dinger? What the heck is a dinger?
The microwave oven, sir.
Osawa stepped in front of the microwave. Unfortunately, he had no idea how to work the controls.
You've never used a microwave!
He probably just either orders takeout or just goes out.
That's crazy. You should thaw that rice out as soon as possible.
His mind's just fixated on his research.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time to cook. And I highly doubt I cooks either, so...
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure how to operate this thing.
What? You don't know how to use a microwave?
Osawa could only nod in silent shame. Oh.
It should be just as simple as turning the dial.
Wait, which one?
That one, sir. The one on the right.
Osawa turned the dial, then crossed his arms with a satisfied grin. It's so cute.
Yeah. Mr. Osawa, you need to put the rice in first before you do that.
Well, you didn't say that.
Honestly,
would be my response to that. Just be like, you should have told me that first.
Heck yeah. Honestly, Osawa should divorce Ai and marry Kajiwara. They should become a couple.
Yeah.
They make a good couple.
Yeah. Well, then why didn't you say that?
Like, they basically have, like, this sort of, like, domestic couple bickering going on here.
Yep. I've never worked in a kitchen in my life. Don't ask me to do things that are this difficult.
Very well. I'll handle this from here. Why don't you get out the bowls and the chopsticks then, sir?
I have no idea where the hell those are kept, and
Oh
if we
my
even have any.
god! Oh my god!
Yep.
Oh my god! Kachiwara let out a heavy sigh. Alright then, please just sit and wait, sir. And here, take this.
He literally probably just went from living with his mom, his parents, to like then living with and marrying I and living with her and doing his research and just ordering takeout and stuff and never touching that stuff.
That it's still crazy to me because like I don't like I live with my parents still and my parents cook most of the time. So I don't usually cook all that often, though I can if need be. But even with that, like I still know how to use a microwave and I still know where plates and stuff are kept because even if I'm not the one cooking, I may have to warm something up or I may have to like use a plate to put stuff on it. So I don't understand how you can live in a place and not know. Crazy.
There are people like this in real life, yes,
Crazy.
that are that privileged.
Yeah. That's insane.
Hajiwara pulled out a sheet of bubble wrap from his pocket.
Use your fingers to pop the bubbles. That should help you calm down.
Chu didn't argue, Osawa did as prompted, starting to pop his way along the sheet.
He gave him a fidget toy.
Yeah. Rather than calming down, though, it's making him incredibly cross. This felt like more like a sort of ridiculous punishment.
They say you can learn a lot about a household by looking in the fridge, you know.
Hajiwara is cooking something in a frying pan. And? Just what have you learned about mine?
I better not say, sir. You might take offense. Oh, wait, I just realized
Yeah.
I never said that the heartbeat stopped. I'm sorry, Lulu.
What?
I never said that the heartbeat sound stopped.
I put the sound back on after it the game said the beeping has stopped. So
Oh, okay.
Osawa snapped another bubble between his fingers.
Ah, the rice is finished thawing.
Hajiwara topped the steaming bowl of rice with fried egg he'd whipped up in his pan. Then, as if it were an afterthought, he added some pickled vegetables.
Oh, this looks pretty
Yeah.
good. Here you are, sir. Your fried egg on rice is complete. One of Kajiwara's simple recipes. Others include his white spaghetti, which is simply spaghetti that's been flavored with butter, salt, and pepper after it's been boiled. Both are a bit too basic to be properly called cuisine, but it does take a certain skill to bring the best flavor out of the ingredients with such simple seasonings.
I'm pretty sure that's called like areoli or something, spaghetti areoli, which literally just butter, oil, salt, and pepper. So
Yeah. I mean, that
that
sounds
is an
good.
actual Italian meal.
Yeah, it sounds good. The same with this.
It's basic, but it's delicious.
Yeah, just because something is basic doesn't make it like a meal or cuisine. It's still like you don't have to make some elaborate thing for it to be good.
Like my girl dinners.
Heck yeah.
Hachiwara grinned from ear to ear.
Go ahead and eat it while it's still warm.
Osawa received the bowl with a dubious look. You're very good at cooking, are you?
All you had in your refrigerator were eggs and pickled vegetables, sir. I assure you it's quite delicious. I recommend breaking the yolk and mixing it all together.
Reluctantly, Osawa brought a bite to his mouth. Yeah, like, he can't magic shit out of the air, can
Yeah.
he? With what you had.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. Well, look at this! Look at this shot! They
Yay!
are
It's
such
really
a couple.
cute.
Couple vibes
Yeah.
here. Let's go.
The words came out almost unbidden.
Isn't it just why am I wrong voice? Isn't it just egg yolk and pickled vegetables pair quite well?
Osawa couldn't help but stuff his face, slipping into a rapturous daze as he did, while you haven't eaten basically for a couple of days.
Yeah.
The more he ate, the more it stirred his appetite.
I mean, I would say it probably like I feel like he did this on purpose to get him to eat something.
Yeah. I had no idea fried eggs could be this delicious.
I know you probably have a long ordeal still ahead of you, sir, but please keep your chin up and hang in there.
Hajiwara gave Osawa an amicable smile.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he probably noticed that Osawa was starting to lose it a bit and was like, you need to eat something and take a breather for a sec, otherwise you're not gonna make it. Ah, that's right. And for dessert, we have bananas.
No thank you. Kajiwara grimaced as Osawa held up a hand in refusal. I would too. I don't like bananas.
Yeah. Right then, when you're finished eating, would you please wash the bowl?
Me? Wash dishes? Osawa exclaimed in surprise, sounding like a petulant child.
If someone else cooks for you, you should do the cleaning up. It's only polite.
Fine, okay. While Osawa was doing the dishes, the book detector went off again. While Osawa... There, I just said that.
Yeah. Director. Oh, it's Tanaka. I forgot what voice I gave him. Director, if you have a moment.
Tanaka poked his head into the kitchen. I've got some, I'm not sure who...
Yeah,
who
I think I was the one
the-
voicing him. I've got something urgent to discuss with you. Oh, snap. And Kajiwara is like, about Tanaka. I mean, it doesn't surprise me if Tanaka is the one involved, because Osawa did say that Tanaka was like his closest like confidant, and it probably would have had to have been somebody who would have to be close enough to get all that information and to get his fingerprints and all this other stuff. And so who else other than
Exactly.
Tanaka? So that's not really a surprise. And it seems it's not
Hmm.
really that much of a surprise for Kajiwara either. He's like,
Yep.
suspicious.
It's pretty sus, bro.
Yep. Now literally the only person we have left, Minorikawa. Everybody else is stuck. It's all up to him to free everybody. Right. I think did you also do the
I
narration for
I
this one?
asked you to take over that because Minoru hurts my
Oh yeah,
throat.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So right, left. Minorikawa sprinted down center guy, dodging between oncoming pedestrians. Lulu, are you alive? I miss Lulu.
Out of my way! Can't you people see I'm in a hurry?
Welcome back, Lulu. I missed you. Oh, also, random thing. I bought a fidget cube recently, and I've been using that a lot to help me. And I decided maybe I'll use it during the stream as well. And it's actually been helping me a lot for the stream. I normally, especially for these streams where it's a lot of like just reading text, I normally get kind of antsy as time goes on, but using the fidget cube has kind of helped me a lot with that.
That's good.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, like a fidget cube basically is like it's a cube, of course. It's like a small cube. I have it right here, and each side has like a different fidget thing to it. So like you can just kind of mess around with the different sides, and they all like have different like fidget things on it. So like for example, one side, which is like my favorite side, has like these like gears that you can like rub against and they like move, and then also like this ball here that's you can like roll around, and I like just like rubbing against that. But they also have like buttons, some of which click, and some of them that don't make clicking noises, just in case like you wanted to be able to press the buttons without like annoying people with like the clicking sound of it. And then there's another one that's like a light switch that you can click back and forth. And then there's another one that's like a joystick that you can like move around. And then another one that's like a little round thing that you can like move around here. And then finally you have just this kind of like blank side that is a little indented to kind of like be like those rubbing stones sort of thing. But yeah, so pretty cool. Azure was there when I bought it. I bought it shortly after the stress ball that I had exploded while I was squeezing it as a fidget toy.
It exploded?
Yeah, it exploded. And Azure heard it when it exploded too. I was just talking to him in the Discord, holding the stress ball that I bought, and it exploded, and you just could hear like a popping sound, and when it exploded, this white goopy stuff got everywhere. And it literally took me like 30 minutes to clean all the mess. It literally got everywhere. It got on my pajamas, it got on my hair, it got on my legs, it got on my arms. And it got all over the floor. It took me ages to clean it up.
Oh no.
And of course, Azure made jokes about like, oh, is this white goopy stuff that got over the place? You better get ready for that happening with your possible future boyfriend or whatever. But
yeah, I might want to warn them.
But yeah, anyways, he stole a glimpse at his watch as he ran. It was just after 1 o'clock. The Burning Hammer sales demo would be getting underway at any moment now. He could probably get an interview even if he showed up late. Still, he wanted to get to the venue ASAP, to get a feel for things before they got started. The best time to scope out an event was before it started and after it ended. This is true. This is very true. This was something he learned from Toyama. Everything he knew about journalism, the publisher had taught him. It had been a combative education. Minorikawa learning despite himself as the two men constantly butted heads.
Give me a break. What's wrong with my article?
His voice was loud enough to carry throughout the editing department. How should I... Because we haven't met this character, so I can probably voice it, but I don't know. Shut up! I told you to rewrite it, so rewrite it. Toyama sticking to his guns. Minorikawa recalled the scene from the days when the two men had worked at the same newspaper and Toyama was his boss. Oh wait, this is you then.
At the time, Toyama was the copy editor for local news, known as the Red Pen Gatekeeper. He would go around checking young reporters' copy like mad. Due to his vigorous efforts, a great many articles never made it to the page. What's wrong with it? Show us what's wrong!
All of it!
How could it be all of it?
Oh, so this is why he's so adamant about helping the guy. Because he basically was like his main teacher throughout all this time. Yep. I didn't recognize that it was the same guy until I saw the picture and I was like, oh yeah, this guy. Coworkers stared, keeping their distance as the pair screamed themselves red in the face. These arguments had become a regular occurrence, regular enough that everyone had learned not to try to intervene.
I poured my heart and soul into this piece. Go back and read it again. This looks very Ace Attorney, this shot.
Yeah, this is a good shot. I love, like, all the, like, images and stuff are not just, like, thrown in there to tell the story. Like, you can tell that, like, all the images were well thought out in terms of its, like, composition and lighting and, like, all of that stuff. Like, they really went all out with this. There's a reason why this game has a perfect score through Famitsu.
Yeah.
I could read it over and over and it'd still be the same thing. A load of self-important claptrap. Now go calm down and write me a more neutral piece.
Taking neither of two opposing sides, the media typically seeks to adopt a neutral stance in reporting the news. Frequently, however, biased reporting still results in one-sided thinking taking hold amongst the general public. In the end, it's up to the individual to make an objective assessment of any news event.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically impossible to write a purely, like, unbiased piece because we're all, you know, unique individuals that have had all of our unique experiences, and it's impossible for any of us to be truly unbiased. But the goal is to try and be as unbiased as possible.
Damn, you must be joking. I wrote what I feel in my heart. That's the one thing I refuse to back down on.
Then it's the one thing that'll keep getting your copy rejected.
Aren't you the one who told me to be better my writing?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember telling me to write me garbage.
By now, Minoruka and Toyama were practically at each other's throats.
Oh yeah, wait, I'm supposed to be saying. Still, despite these almost daily shouting matches, but Norikawa never resented Toyama, not really. How could he write a piece in a way that would shut Toyama up? Trying to figure that out was how he had developed his skills as a reporter. Up until he quit his position at the newspaper to start his own publishing company, Toyama had been a stubborn old man in the finest sense of the term.
Now a dying breed in Japan. The sort who'd be inclined to use knuckles before words to remedy a child's bad behaviour. Inflexible, but still emotional, brittle, not British. The signature move is to drive a wayward kid out of the house with the exclamation, "You fool! You know, son of mine, I disown you!" Only to wait a while, go find the son, who's crying down by the dry riverbed, and calmly murmur, come on, your supper is getting cold."
I mean, that probably is kind of British.
Hey, yeah.
It works out. But then, in order to keep his company afloat, at some point he had abandoned all his ideals and principles. It was disgraceful. Just disgraceful. Thinking about it made Minorikawa's blood boil. It rankled him to know that such a pathetic remnant of a man had been such an influence on him. He reminded himself once again that he needed to wrap up his current job as soon as possible. By now, Minorikawa was getting close to the demo site. He increased his speed. He wound up barreling right into someone who was walking into a knick-knack shop.
A newly opened general variety store. The place is primarily a second-hand shop, with posters inside claiming things like, "We'll take what you don't need," and "We buy computers at top prices."
It was a girl about high school age. She jumped to her feet, then snatched Minorikawa by the collar. Hey, watch where you're going! Her upper body strength was impressive, to say the least. The chokehold she had on his neck made it almost impossible for him to breathe. He had to do something fast.
Oh my god.
I guess this.
Sorry.
He bowed his head in apology. He was in too much of a hurry to get caught up in an argument now. But the girl didn't let go. I should have punched her.
Ew.
Gonna make a Yakuza style news group. Mandatory topless fights at the top of HQ starts at midnight. Heck yeah. Let's go, Azure. Minorikawa would have loved that. Instead, she tightened her grip.
Look, I'm sorry for not looking where I was going.
Norikawa could barely croak out his apology. Oh, fine. I'll let it slide this once. She relaxed her hold with a scowl. Wait, hold on. She stared good and hard at Minorikawa's face. Hey, you're Mr. Minorikawa. Surprised, Minorikawa gave her another look.
Miku?
Hatsune Miku. Yeah! Wow, so you do remember me. She smiled with delight, apparently forgetting that she'd just been wringing his neck. Wow, how long has it been?
About 5 years, I think. You're still doing your bonsai stuff?
Nah, I gave that up. Miku had been Japan's bonsai champion back when she was in middle school.
The mention of bonsai likely calls to mind elderly hobbyists, but recently the art is attracting more young people, as are other aspects of Japanese-style interior design. Varieties of cherry and maple, smaller than normal bonsai, are becoming popular with practitioners, as are fruit-bearing trees such as plum-leaf apple. There are even spherical balls of soil covered in moss, shaped to look like cute little miniature planets, with plants growing over their surface.
One day, local delinquents had vandalized dozens of Miku's bonsai pieces. Minorikawa had met her when he interviewed her about the incident. I want to get strong, she had said. Strong enough to beat those guys up. Oh, and she did! That's awesome. And so Minorikawa had introduced Miku to an acquaintance of his who ran a martial arts dojo.
Well, you sure gotten stronger, right?
That's the sort of gal I am. Miku handed him a flyer. It read, Ladies Mixed Martial Arts Pub Bride.
A show pub that began as a side venue for a group of female mixed martial arts fighters who were facing financial difficulties. There is an octagonal ring inside the pub, and the ring will state that anything goes between the young women who fight inside. Customers are able to take in the fight while enjoying their drinks.
Present this flyer for a free drink. It's a place where you can watch girls fight in the ring while you have some drinks.
That sounds pretty fun, actually.
Heck yeah, Azure. Let's go. Minorikawa could feel himself being pulled in all the wrong directions by the prospect. You should come see one of my matches sometime. I'm the reigning champion. Miku beamed with pride.
Wait, you're the champion?
I didn't know Hatsune Miku brawled, but that's awesome. Yikes, good thing I apologized when I did. Okay, no, it was the right choice.
In that case, I'll definitely have to swing by sometime soon.
It's been great, Asher. I was just talking about it earlier. I love the cube. The fidget cube.
The cube.
The cube.
Right now, I'm in sort of a hurry, though.
Oh, sure. Catch you later, then. She headed into the shop as Minorikawa rushed off towards the sales demo. Oh, I wonder if she's the one who bought all of it. Or no, she came afterwards.
Who came?
At long last, he arrived at the Nokane building where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about Burning Hammer. Get it or regret it. Hatsune Miku be fighting away all the simps.
Yep.
As seen in magazines. 100% weight loss guaranteed.
This is blatantly false advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way.
Yep. The messaging was kind of a mess. It felt like they'd been thrown together at the last minute. Minorikawa avoided the elevator in favor of the stairs, rushing up to the event site on the 3rd floor. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall pointing the way to the sales demo. He followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs, most of them occupied by female attendees. There was a stage set up at the far end of the room, but nobody was on it. It appeared the event had yet to begin. Norikawa quickly looked over the crowd. Roughly half of the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. And for some of them at least, that ship had surely sailed some time ago. The crowd gazed at the stage with rapt anticipation. Yeah. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Could something like that really exist, though? Ah, well. Minorikawa was just going to have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Time passed, but the demo didn't start. The audience began grumbling in frustration. Then, a heavy-set young woman took the stage and gave a little bow. It was the girl from the cafe, the one with the amazing appetite. The audience broke into applause, their patience finally rewarded. Wait, what? But as everyone leaned forward expectantly, the girl on stage began performing magic tricks. She twiddled a silk hat and pulled a bunch of flowers from inside it. Sparse applause rose up from the crowd. The young woman immediately went on to perform another trick, and then another. Ta-da! A coin in her hand became 3 coins as she spoke her magic words. She's not very good at this, Minorikawa thought. Though whether she was good or bad wasn't really the issue. He had a tight schedule to keep. There was no time to stand around watching silly sleight of hand antics. Scanning the room, he spotted a man who looked like he was probably in charge. Minorikawa headed over to him.
Hey, you're the one running this thing?
I don't remember what voice I gave him. Well, yes.
When's the actual sales demo going to start?
Soon, very soon, yep.
In how many minutes?
You know, soon.
I asked for a number.
Just, soon, real soon.
Thirty minutes.
Minorikawa declared. He held up 3 fingers to emphasize his point.
If this thing doesn't start in 3 minutes.
If it doesn't start, then what? I'm gonna start a ruckus.
I'm gonna start a ruckus.
He kept his voice firm, his words short and clipped. Hey, now, no need for that, sir. Just settle down. Who doesn't like a little silly magic show now and then?
You got 2 minutes.
Hey, a minute can't have passed already.
1 minute.
Whoa! Just what kind of watch you got there?
Tell me why the demo wasn't started.
Well, you know, we're no real reason, really. Get your fingers out of my eyes, says Azure. The man was getting seriously flustered. I just, you know, I wanted folks to get to see a little magic show first.
Nope, try again. 30 seconds left.
Okay, alright. What happened is, the required merchandise,
What happened to the merchandise?
He gave the guy a dagger stare. Well, you know, it's just,
Time's up.
What? The man's face went pale. Oh, another keep out.
Yeah.
This isn't good. I don't know what to do. Everybody is like either in bad end or keep out territory. Well, it seems like Tama is like back because the dead end is no longer here.
Yeah.
So maybe I can go here. Okay. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, and I've got food that's getting delivered, so I might disappear for a little bit.
Well, we're about done, because remember, we now end at 4 instead of 5.
Yeah.
So we're almost done. I'm thinking probably we'll finish up in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, no, she's here now.
Even as I'm speaking with the sales clerk, a girl wearing a hoodie walks in. She's got a tiny frame and a doe-eyed face.
Hey, I've come to pick up something I reserved.
This must be the customer the clerk was talking about. Please pardon my intrusion, but Would you be willing to let me have these diet drinks? I bow extra deep and my costume head wobbles all around.
Wait, what?
I'll pay you double what they're worth.
No, can do. I've never seen this brand before. I'm super curious about it.
Surely you don't need this many, though.
I do. I make my living with my body. This is about how much I'll need. Oh, wow. What sort of work do you do exactly? I'm a martial artist. I fight at a place called Bright. You might have heard of it. It's one of the most popular hotspots in Shibuya these days. Oh, I know the place. That pub where they have cosplay martial arts competitions, right?
Hold on, what are we talking about now? What's Bride? I've seriously never heard of the place.
It's a nightlife spot where ladies cosplay as anime characters, but they fight for real. I've been wanting to check it out, but they've hit their membership cap. At present, the exclusive Bride has already exceeded its allotted number of members and is not accepting new ones. Given the buzz about how both the costumes and the fights are really something to see, memberships that are auctioned off online command quite high prices.
So then, you must be... Oh, it's you.
Yeah, so then, you must be pretty strong,
my pizza should be here. Be right back.
Okie doke. Well, I mean, I may not look it, but I'm the current champion. Oh, hi, Mew. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love ya. Let me do a shout out real quick for Mew. There we go. So how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm thinking about maybe before going to work today, I might get some Italian soda from Dash's. I'm like really feeling some Italian soda. Really want some. I also kind of really want popcorn. Maybe I'll also get like a bag of popcorn. But I don't know if I'll have time to eat it at work. The struggle is real. Done with work? Heck yeah, sure. Heck yeah. Meanwhile, I'm about to head to work. Get some spicy soda. Let's go. Yeah, Italian soda is so good. I love it. I still can't believe that in Pennsylvania, it's called watery ice. When Barry explained that whole thing, I was like, what? She was like, oh, I went to a watery ice place. And I'm like, what's watery ice? I've never heard of it in my life. Thank you, Azure. I was very confused. Barry's state. Yeah, sure. They call it watery ice. I've never heard the term before, but apparently it's a thing. It's crazy. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Would you accept a challenge from me?
A challenge?
If I win, you have to let me have all of this. The girl breaks into a confident smile.
Do you have any idea who you're dealing with here?
I intend to find out.
Oh, wow. Heck yeah. You would think that it's like a snow cone, but no, it's basically just like sweeter Italian soda. I've just got to see this.
I'm glad to have him egging us on.
Well, if you're that set on it, then sure, I accept your challenge.
Sweet, we've established our terms. This burning hammer may yet be mine. The girl cracks the knuckles, clearly eager for a fight. I've got to win this. Somehow or another, I have got to. I mean, I've got to be good at something.
Aw, poor Tama.
Facing off against the spider is going to show me what I'm made of. I address my opponent. And by challenge, I actually mean...
Oh, no, Italian soda is... water ice is Philadelphian for Italian ice, though in my experience it's much like wetter and heartier around here. Whenever I've gone snow cones or Italian ice elsewhere, it's always been a lot lighter. Makes sense. Oh, so it is a snow cone. Oh my god. I mean, I guess that makes more sense than Italian soda. I don't know why it would be called something different. I love Italian soda. Delicioso.
I love you.
I have no idea. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's have a straight up fight.
Let's have ourselves a straight up fight. The girl grins nice and wide like she'd been waiting to hear me say that.
Get back in here, Azure. Like a chunk of ice, they just pour a little syrup on it. It's like, how do you dare this? How you dare compare this to our watery ice? Yeah. Okay, you're on. The name's Miku, by the way. Challenge accepted. I'm ready for this. Miku and I march out of the shop. Out on the pavement, we stare each other down.
That was meant to be me, but okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So if you win, I'll let you buy the burning hammer. But if I win, I get to keep it and you have to pay for it.
What? Isn't that a little unfair?
If you don't like it, then it's no fight, no deal.
I don't have the time to rethink this. Ready whenever you are.
Oh, no, you were, all right, and I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, ready whenever you are. Riku does a little brisk shadow boxing, throwing repeated 1-2 combination.
A training technique for boxing involves practicing strikes, guards, and evasions against an opponent who isn't actually there. Whoa, what's the deal? Is something going on? It's a street fight.
Um, a number of people pass by, include a businessman, a couple, as well as some pretty gruff-looking fellows, and some of them stop to form a small crowd.
Oh, snap! Including a couple of Achiendo and Hitomi. Achiendo and Hitomi Osawa, they pass by while running away from some mysterious foreigners. Oh, and this is how we transfer over. Hey! So that was the right choice. Oh, it's so funny. Anyways, with that, we're gonna call it for today. Since it is already 4, and I feel like
Yep.
that's a good place to stop. We'll continue the fight next time. But, thanks for watching, y'all, and thanks for joining, Lulu. I love you very much. Yee.
I love you the most.
No, you. Gonna close out of that. And let's see who we shall raid. Who's live right now? Thanks for hanging out, Bjorn and Barry and Azure. I love y'all very much. Thanks for joining, Azure. You're the best. Let's see. Oh, CB's is live playing Crow Country, which is a game that I absolutely want to play at some point. I have it on my wish list. Love you all more than Anya does. No! I love you all the most. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Next Saturday will of course be more VM night. Whatever we're playing is whatever will be decided on the poll when I finally post it. And then Monday might be more of this after that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely excited to see where all this goes. But y'all are the bestest beings, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.